Good afternoon, FPO World. FPO Cherry back with a video. I'm going to do a quick video about players that I feel are essential to my team, ones that I can't get out any draft. And the first player I'm going to talk about is the Arsenal winger Tzolis. And the reason I feel like he's essential is because he feels nailed. He's had a brilliant pre-season thus far. On the back of 3 seasons, he's got something stupid like 93 goal and assists in 102 games, I think Harry put up. Yes, that's a poor league in comparison to the Premier League, but he's been replicating that in pre-season. If Arsenal had bought a new player for the left side that was 100% nailed, he would be an 8 million plus player. So to get him at 6.5 at home versus Coventry, the best team in the league, second actually, Tottenham. But yeah, second best team in the league, playing a new promoted team. I just think it's too much of a gift to not, there's too much upside not to go with it. So you have to, in my opinion. So for me, he is essential. His form's there. He's shown that he can do it in the past. He's playing for the second best team in the league. And yeah, against the promotion team. So I think he's way underpriced for what he could potentially give you. The second essential for me is Mbeumo with Bruno. The reason I'm doubling up and I can't get away from it is the fact that Hull, 20 teams conceded less goals than Hull last year. 20. They should have got relegated off the back of their defence. They blagged it. They fully blagged it. If they've got a League One defence, basically. They've kept the manager, who obviously coaches that defending. Mbeumo scored the 2 at the end of last season in 2. He's gone into pre-season. I think he's got 3 goals and an assist in the last 3 that he started. He's second on penalties and Bruno has missed a couple. So if he did get the penalties, if Bruno didn't get it or Bruno went off, I believe Mbeumo would take it. Hull are an absolute shambles. Again, for the upside, I can't not have him. And then to follow on to Ipswich straight after is just too good to be true. If it was Arsenal, maybe I'd go, yeah, okay, I'll try and ride the whole game out. But then because he's at home again versus a promotion team, again, it's just too much of a gift to not go double attack for me. It just has to be done. The next essential is some Arsenal cover defensively. Some are doubling up, some are tripling up, so you've got to have a minimum of one. It's determining who to have. I keep going back to Raya and then keep getting away from him. 6 million for a starting keeper is just a ludicrous amount of money for me when you can get 4.5 mils, bench boost and save $1 million. But then it's thinking about who to get. So Ben White, I think, is safe for a few game weeks, but then he's got Timber. Maybe Timber have a setback. Then you've got Mosquera. They're picking up the pace on Konza, probably safe for a couple of game weeks. Then you've got Calafiori. If they go 2-0 up, is likely to come off potentially because he keeps getting injured. Maybe Arteta would like to protect him a little bit. And why would you risk it if you're having Sappi sat on the bench? So this is a difficult situation. One that will probably go down to the wire for me. I will pick one. Who yet? I do not know. I might go, well, press conference might tell me, or if in doubt, I'll go with probably ownership, coverage. Yeah, so anyway. And then the next person, if you don't go with Raya, he's got to be Kingsley. He's got to be essential for me. Fixtures aren't terrible. He also is playing for potentially a top 6 team. Tottenham have strengthened. That doesn't mean that they're definitely going to be better, but I think there's a good chance that they're going to be better. So 4.5 million could be an absolute steal, and it enables other situations if you're bench boosting, etc. So yeah, those are the ones that feel essential to me. I'm going with Haaland. Some people don't think he's essential. It's all down to chip strategy, of course. I'm looking to free hit in 4, so I'm going to start with Haaland because I don't want to use a chip in 3 or transfers are unnecessary. João Pedro and Calvert, obviously, are going to be my 3. I've discussed that before. So yeah, Dezolis, Bruno and Mbeumo should be in my midfield. And then the rest I'm semi-unsure about. But the other thing I want to say is I do prefer Bench Boost 2 because I think it's £500,000 cheaper. If you're going to go Bench Boost 1, you're going to go 4.5 mil keeper, 4.5 mil defender at least, 4 mil defender in Diop or O'Shea, and then maybe a 5.5 mil midfielder. So 4.5, 4.5, 4, 5.5. Bench Boost 2, you're going to go 4.5. You can go 4 mil, 4 mil, 5.5. So you're saving £500,000 because you don't mind doubling up with Coventry at home to Hull. Because Hull, I think, are going to be the worst team. You don't want to double up on Ipswich at home to Sunderland. So you're having to spread it a bit more. And yes, there could be injuries. And yes, you might not pick the right Coventry defender. You'll find out quite a lot of information from that in game week 1 anyway. So the worst case scenario is if it doesn't all align for game week 2, just pull the plug. Because I, in my draft without a bench boost, had a Coventry defender because I wanted Williams. And then in game week 2, I'd put him in for Hull and take out Williams. And also what it does is if you've got a Hull defender, you're covering those that do bench boost in 2. So you've got a bit of coverage there. And it's a great fixture potentially at home. Last year it was 0-0, clean sheet twice. So they're at home. They're obviously the better team. So you can pull the plug if it doesn't work because you'd have one as a dead midfield defender anyway. So having 2, they both probably play. It isn't the end of the world. You know, the only downside is you've probably, as opposed to not going for a bench boost, is you've put 4.5 mil into a keeper where you might have only put 4 mil. Just make sure that they're good at rotating. Personally, I would go with Kingski and Leno. That would be my 2. Petrovic is another option. I wouldn't go the Coventry goalkeeper because I've already got 2 defenders, and why go for a 4.5 keeper when I can have a 4 mil defender? Same job, same clean sheet, £500,000 cheaper. So personally, I'd go with Leno. I feel like he rotates best with Kingski. None of the 4.5s actually rotate that well, but you know. And then I'd try and wildcard in 6 because of the international break. So anyway, that's just my thought. I've gone through some essential players in my draft. Bench Boost 1 versus Bench Boost 2. I actually prefer Bench Boost 2 because you've got more money. And in the worst case scenario that it doesn't work out, you just carry on and then Bench Boost later in the game, in the season. And then, yeah, and that is all really. Have a lovely day. Take care. Peace. Stop dropping litter. Bye now.